Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick Rizzo here, high performance business and life coach from strivenlife.com. And today I kind of want to talk about this conversation I had earlier with a fellow entrepreneur. This is the other day. And we were having this conversation, and, I'm building an awesome relationship with her, which, as a side note, you all need to be doing. Don't just reach out and see what you can leverage out of people. Reach out, network, build relationships, because that's how you really start to make connections that bring value not only to you, but to others as well. And that's how you make more connections. But anyways, so in this conversation, she was struggling. We all know how difficult this process can be emotionally and mentally at times, trying to build a business, especially in your first year. Everything she was saying was screaming a lack of self-confidence, a belief that she wasn't capable or not enough, and this perception of herself that was so self-deprecating and almost as if she was accepting defeat. And fuck, man, it hit me hard. It hit me hard because I was in that exact spot over a year ago. I knew what that felt like, and it isn't a good place to be in. It starts to seep into the rest of your life, your relationships, your self-view, how you interact with other people. It starts to kind of be a negative toll on you as a whole. And after she just finished like venting, letting it all out, and we had a little bit of a back and forth, she started to feel a little calmer, but still not feeling too great. So I started to ask her some questions, kind of questions that I'm asking for a specific reason, to get her thinking that maybe she isn't thinking about everything she's supposed to do. She should be, but rather is focusing on all this noise and everything else going on in the entrepreneurial world and what she's supposed to be doing. So I asked her questions like, what is the why of your business? And how do you use that to inform what you do? What does success in your business look like a year from now? What kind of goals have you set in place to provide some sort of direction and clarity in what you are doing? Where does your target audience hang out? Excuse me. What are some metrics that you're measuring your business to see if what you're doing is having the impact you're looking for? And if not, how you can make an informed decision to pivot in a different direction or to spice things up a little bit to get you to where you want to go. And what is the reason why you're doing, I'll leave out the actual details, but why are you doing X, Y, or Z projects or actions? What is the purpose? What value are you going to bring to others in those efforts? And how do you expect to be reciprocated for that value? And so we talked and talked and talked. And at first, I'm pretty sure she was a little put off by it. Understandably so, but I think she needed a little tough love at first to kind of snap her head out of a little bit. But once we kept talking, it was the best feeling, seeing her face start to brighten up, right? She started having ideas running through her head, getting excited about them and acknowledging where there were gaps in the questions or where there were gaps in the answers to the questions I was asking her. And kind of after a certain point, she was basically like, shut up, stop talking to me. I'm too excited to talk to you, and give me about an hour or so and I'll come back and we're going to come back to this. And I was like, oh, all right, my bad. Go get him. All right, I'll be here for you. And when she came back, I swear, she was like a different woman. There was confidence that she could achieve what she set her mind to. There were goals mapped out, like, all right, this is where I'm going to go first. Then after this, I can hit this and this. And she was beginning to the process of planning her attack to go out and get what she wants. And the reason why I'm saying this and why it's so important, and it applies to anyone in entrepreneurship and in their businesses, but I think specifically people in their first 2 years, where, man, it's you're still learning, right? It takes time. This thing is not easy, but you have to realize that that you are enough, that you are capable. And you need to get rid of all this negative self-talk, this lack of confidence, and all this overwhelm, and start believing that you can do it. Achieve clarity in your why. If you know your why, then apply that to your brand and how you do stuff. Apply that to the objectives you want to achieve. Start creating direction in your business, planning how to move forward, executing learning from the journey, and always moving forward. You know, like I said, this was me in a nutshell over a year ago with my business, and it's just a matter of there's so much happening. You get caught up in comparing yourself to other people. You don't see progress, and you start to think it's me. I'm the problem, and it's not that. You just need to change your perception of what you're trying to do. Okay, so if you just stop and get aligned on what are you trying to achieve in your business now? How is this going to get me to where I want to go next? How am I going to do that? Is this aligned with the other actions I'm taking in my business? And these are just such a few critical questions that always put back into perspective what is so truly valuable when it comes to building your business. All right. So again, that's what I want to get on here and talk to you guys about today. It's just such a crucial point, and you need to realize that you can do this. You can achieve this. It just takes time, effort, and belief in self and focusing on what's important. All right. And if you liked what we talked about here today, there is a new blog post up on strivenlife.com, and it is the 3 keys to building your audience in your first year of business. And now this isn't the typical, here's a strategy, here's a tactic. This is more about brand alignment and consistency in your brand's appearance, how you come up to stuff. Your brand's appearance and how it looks. So when people see it, they get familiar, they get comfortable, they trust you. Your brand's why and its how. How are you going and engaging with your audience? How are you creating your content? What is the persona of your business? Act as if your business is a person. All right. And then all about consistency, right? In our first year, it is so difficult to break out and break past that plateau, that kind of fake glass ceiling that's there. That's so that once we pass, things get a little bit easier. And it just takes consistency day in, day out. And that's what we talk about and break down in the article as well. There is a freebie in there. I walk you through the steps, guided on how you can align and identify your why with your brand, with your brand's archetype and persona, to things like colors and text, and about setting expectations for yourself to deliver on that consistency for your potential audience. But until then, hey Riley, dog gets jealous when I do Facebook Lives. But until then, this has been Nick Rizzo, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.